And the biggest one, the best change of the entire update. This is so good. And I'm going to explain to you why, guys, this is so good. Increased amount of... Surprise, guys, the chicken is here. We're back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got a surprise update. And honestly, this update, even though it's not major changes, in my opinion, it's actually better than the last update that was like a real content update. So this is all quality of life, like changes, little fixes, bugs being squashed. And they came out with some really cool stuff that's really going to help the game and things that we've been asking for a very long time. The biggest thing is we're going to talk about in a minute. I'm going to go through all these changes. I'm going to show you guys what I can. We are now starting at 6 chests. They increased the chest timer to 6 chests in Warships, and we're starting 4 out of 6. No more rush to start the season. You can play at your own pace. Amazing. Amazing. We're going to get into everything and more. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you throw in that code CHICKEN in the shop. So let's just get into it. Let's just run through all these changes. So the very first change, and this is something, again, that people have been asking for years. You can now boost all statues at once when you click on the sculptor. Let's take a look at this. So we're going to click on our sculptor. You'll notice we have a new power powder bottle button. We hit that, and you see currently all of my statues, my beautiful, perfect dev build statues, are all currently unboosted. We click one button, boost all statues. Amazing. Amazing, right? Why is it taking this long? I don't know, but I'm happy that it's here. Boosting all statues will cost 12 power powder and double all statue powers for 3 hours. Now, obviously, that's going to depend on the type of statue you're running. If it's a green statue, it'd be 24 hours. Blue statue, 8 hours. And I think it's 3 hours for the rest of them. So let's do it. So we're going to boost. Look at that, dude. Look at that. How beautiful. That's amazing. You know, it was so tedious to go back and forth and boost one, and boost the next one, and boost the next one. So that's a very nice feature. Now, the only thing that I will warn you guys is, you know, we're very used to doing this, right? To clicking on the thing, wait a second. This is my sculptor. We're very used to clicking on the statue, creating one, and then going about our business, right? This button sneaks up on you. You want to be careful that you don't boost all stuff by mistake, because there is no confirm. There's no confirm. If you hit that, there's 12 power powder gone, right? So be careful with it. I can do that on the dev build because it's not my power powder. It's all fake. But yeah, so just a heads up. It's fun. It's awesome, but be cautious because, you know, we have that muscle memory ingrained in the sculptor and the statue maker just to produce. So just be careful on that. So we're gonna go over main island changes first, operations, and then warships. Just kind of run through everything. So new gray arrows will now indicate the buildings that can be upgraded when you don't have enough resources. So this is interesting, and this is a feature I actually really like. It's very similar to in Clash of Clans, where you click on the builder and it tells you some upgrades that you need, that you can do currently. It's not the same, but it still gives you like a little bit of more organization. So if we zoom in here, you can see I'm capable of doing the quarry upgrade. But you'll see here, I have other upgrades I can do. I just don't have the resources up here yet to do them. But we can do the shock launchers. We have the experience points for it. We can do the headquarters. But it's got that nice green arrow. And I think it's cool because it helps you organize and prepare your upgrades. Like, you know, say if you're upgrading this, but you didn't realize you were just, you know, a couple attacks away from being able to upgrade the shock launchers instead. Obviously, that's something that you would rather do. You go back, you do your hits. It's just an easier way to manage everything, right? And it kind of, you know, motivates you, in a sense, to get your upgrades done because you've got these arrows everywhere now. So I really like that. That's cool. Now, a lot of these changes are going to be kind of like minute, weird little bugs. Some of them I didn't even know about, to be honest. So we'll just kind of run through those, and what I'll do is, actually, we'll just run through them. So fixed stuck battle timer if player is idle. So that means, from what I understand, that if you disconnect, it's not going to drag the battle out for a long time, I think. This is on the main base. Fixed player does not receive XP if the upgrade is done while in the warship battle. So kind of a little thing there, but good to fix it. Increase of hidden warrior and warrior attack range to avoid problems with attacking critters. So they've done some changes to warriors and to hidden warriors. We can show you guys that right here. in my recent attack with the Warriors. Now, the problem was before, I'm not sure about the attacking critter thing. There was a lot of problems with the critter launchers that they've fully addressed. We'll go over in a second. But with the Warriors, they used to, after the last update, the problem was they would all sit on like 2 or 3 tiles, so they would just get wrecked by anything that shot them altogether. Now they're back to the way they used to be, where they spread out properly, and they're much better to use now. So, yeah. They fixed Captain Everspark's Universal Remote and Explosive Charge targeting critters, so a lot of critter launcher changes you'll see here. Fixed critter launcher shooting outside of the defined attack radius. Fixed critters from critter launcher destroying your own mines. Fixed hidden warrior and warrior clumping issue, which we just talked about. Fixed unit retargeting to avoid selecting unreasonably far defense unit. I guess that's across the board. That's a cool change. The mech no longer jitters at the end of the battle. If you guys notice, whenever you use mechs and you finish the battle, they just turn like they don't do that anymore, which is good. Fixed unit, we went over that one. Rocket Chopper and Heavy Chopper no longer keep moving in the replay mode. That was always funny. I actually made a video on that way back on the channel a few months ago. It was called like the Undying Chopper or something, because in the replay he just like spins there in the air, and it was kind of annoying because it was hard to tell when he died. So it was it's a better way to keep track of stuff. Fixed decorations missing the green field size marker. I honestly don't know what that means. But they did a lot of changes to decorations, so they can no longer... where did my decorations go? They can no longer be placed... oh, I had them unlocked, but I don't know where they went. They can no longer be placed on top of each other. They can still be placed on the beach. They just can't be... they can't be on top or touching each other like they were weirdly. Remember that last update where we can stack like all of our statues on top of each other? We can't do that anymore. So they can't be placed over top of mines now, and they can't be placed on top of each other, but they can still be placed on the beach. Partial rotation of the critter launcher when they are placed. So you guys can see right here, they're a little bit different looking. I think they look a little bit better. It looks like they're a little bit more up and out to the side, kind of. Maybe, I'm not sure. Critters from the critter launcher are now red, which we can show you guys here, which makes... I think this is a great change because it was very confusing to keep track of what was happening to your... Oh, I can't show you that, actually. What we can do instead is we can attack a base instead, and we can show you... Let's see. Does he have critter launchers here? No? Is this an older one? Well, either way, the critters from the critter launchers are now... We'll text Zedmon. He must have them. Nope. No critter launchers. Nobody's got critter launchers. These are old bases on the dev build. They've probably been there for like years. Let's try this one over here. There we go. Okay. So we'll show you guys this. I'm just going to kind of shock stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. So you see the critter launchers. Now they shoot. And let's see. You can kind of see it there behind the health bar. That's a red critter. We got 2 red critters. Look at that. We got 3 red critters. So they're red now. They're red, which is cool because now you can differentiate they're a lot easier to see too. I like that they went with red. It's very bright and obvious. So I really like that change as well. Dr. Kavant's ice shield is now visualized on the mech. Apparently it didn't when you used it, you couldn't tell you were using it on the mech, so now you can actually see. Reinforce all troops button is no longer missing after having losses after attacking resource bases or scouting bases. Friendly challenges and base layout previews are affected by wintertime. Improved clarity of daily rewards text for new players. So a bunch of little stuff too. We'll see if we can destroy this. And okay, we're getting some tutorial stuff here, but let's see. Ice fragment, stone, diamonds. Kind of looks the same to me. We'll take that beautiful 1 diamond on our dev build. So for operations, they've done some changes too. I don't have a task force here, but we can still talk about it. So the force point amount varies every time the operation is started. The Hero's Hut, if you guys didn't notice, this thing over here, in the repair state, the derelict hut actually was showing up on operation maps for like, I don't know, the last year or so. which was really funny. It didn't actually impact anything. I just thought it was just a silly looking thing. So those are gone from operations. And the missing segments of barbed wire in task force operations are now gone too. So if you guys notice those like singular black posts that were just everywhere, I think they were on operation maps. They were on like NPC bases. I think sometimes maybe they were on player bases. I haven't seen that, but they got rid of that problem, the random barbed wire everywhere. So next, let's talk about the warship changes, guys. Now, most of these, aside of the 4 to 6, are, you know, kind of the same, similar things we've been talking about. But yeah, let's just go through them all. So, reinforce all troops button overlaps hero abilities in warships. So that's been fixed. The replay button is overlapping with time in warships battle report. That has been fixed. Removing the destroy button for prototype defenses in warships. That's a good change because I feel like that was just unnecessarily confusing for a lot of people. Missing foam effect behind the warship on Android devices. Random one. Visible item description after closing the item in the warship tech tree. Visible item description after closing the item. Okay, again, a very small little quality of life change. Decreased max camera zoom level in warships. I guess that's the zooming out level, maybe. Redirecting player to the ship when new building is placed. So I assume that's when you unlock an engine. You know how it takes you directly to the back to the base, which is kind of annoying. I think that's what it is. And the biggest one, the best change of the entire update. This is so good. And I'm going to explain to you why, guys, this is so good. Increased amount of engine room chests in warship. You now start... that's a typo. Increased amount of chests in warships. You now start 4 out of 6 chests at the start. This is not a nerf at all. This will help specifically those that are in the... And this gets cut off. Those that are in the Western Hemisphere, this time zone. People that don't get warships at 4 p.m. And a lot of these changes, even though they're categorized as main island operations and warships, they also apply to everything. For example, fixing Captain Everspark's universal remote and explosive charge targeting critters. That's not just a main island change. That's an overall game change. So 4 to 6 chests. Why is this so good? Why am I so excited about this? This means you don't have to start the warship season on the clock. You're no longer at a disadvantage by starting the season. And, you know, I want to give a shout out to the team on this. You know, it took way too long for them to fix it. I will say that. But, you know, I did everything that I could. That was within my power. And, you know, shout out to Nunu too, because I was bothering the guy. I was bugging him. The last few months, I was on him like every day. I was like, man, we got to do something, got to do something, got to do something, got to do something, got to do something. And we finally got through to the team, and they agreed with the change. So why is this a benefit, right? So now we don't have to start the season. If you start the season 6, 7, 8 hours late, it doesn't matter. You have a 16-hour window, 2 chests, to wait. And you're not forced to play during bad tech times either, because you get that extra cushion where you can just go get 6 chests all at once and play for a long time. It allows you to play more so on your schedule than the warship schedule. You know, that's the biggest thing. And it's gonna be great for warships. It's gonna make the game a lot more competitive. It's gonna be less advantageous to start the season at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, on a Monday morning, that's not really feasible for essentially everybody in the world. So it just levels the playing field, makes it easier for everyone. And I think it's going to make it more competitive. I think it's going to make it more fun. There's essentially no downside to it from what I can see. I mean, you guys let me know in the comments what you think. But, man, wow. What an update. And this was just a surprise. They didn't hype this up at all. We didn't even know this was coming until like 2 days ago. So, really cool. Really cool stuff. So I want to know what you guys think. What are you most excited about? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know that down below in the comments. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Catch the next one, guys. Checking out Backpack.